Okay. You guys have a question? Because we want to, I think I rushed for 7.4. I actually I finished with 7.4 B, which I think we need to redo it today. So apart from 7.4, do you have any other question? So if we recall, we can recall. So we call P all over Q. This one, we say this one is what? A rational expression. Then when P all over Q equals to, let's say, 0, this becomes a rational equation. So this one is as long as Q is not equals to 0. So if Q is equals to 0, so if Q is equal to 0 in the rational expression, then it becomes undefined, right? So it becomes the undefined. Then we solve an expression where P over Q will be undefined. So what do you do? You equate this Q to be equal to what? 0. So when that Q is equal to 0, then it becomes undefined. Okay. All right. So that Q equals to 0 becomes now the equation. So it becomes the equation. And that equation now you can be able either to use the zero product property or any other property that we did. All right. Okay. So any question after that? Then on Wednesday, on Monday, on Monday, we did some of the rational equations, and maybe we can repeat some of them. So maybe we can repeat some of them. So let's take example number 1. So example number 1. So let's start from the simplest one. Which we did. So what did we do here? X over 5 plus 2x all over 10 equals to 8 all over 5. Solve that. So what did we do? We multiply by the what? The least common multiple, or the least common denominator. And our least common denominator from this is, so we have 5 10, and 15. So I said, look for a number which can divide all of it so that the denominators will not be there. Okay? So that you can have ones here. So this one should be 1, this should be 1, so this should be 1. So you look for a number which can divide all this. And that number that can divide all those is what? 10. Huh? 10. So you multiply this by 10. What you do in one side, you do it in the other side. You multiply by 10. So you open these brackets. So when you open the brackets, so it will be 10 x all over 5 plus 10 2x all over 10 equals to 8 all over 5 multiplied by 10. Okay? So when you divide that one and that will be 2, this and this will be 1, this one and this will be 2. So 2 and 2 is 2x plus 1 and 2x is 2x equals to 8 and 2 is what? 16. So 4x equals to 60. And x equals to what? X equals to 4. X equals to x equals to 4. Now, again, we solve another one here, which when you're given 1 all over p plus 2 all over q equals to 4, 4p. So what did I say about 4? When you say 4, that means you're trying to put p in one side. Yeah. So you make p the subject of that formula. So there are two ways of solving this, which I think I showed you. And then I say the other way is like tricky for you. But you can still make this one a two-way, which I think it is acceptable in Newton. So you can still use that way, or you can use the long way, where you multiply by the what? The least common divisor in the whole rational equation. So one way was, what do? You take this one to the other side, you take 2 over q to the other side. So it will be 1 over p equals to 4 minus 2 all over what? 2 all over q. Then you say because you are trying to make p the subject, then what do? You like switch, huh? You like take this one up here. So what you do in this side, you also do it in the other side, because this one is similar to 4 minus 2q all over what? All over 1, okay? So you just switch. So you also switch this one. Go up. So finally, you get p equals to 1 all over 4 minus 2 all over. So I think this one is still acceptable in Newton. You can still, if you find a question like this, then this is still acceptable. Okay. Now the other way is by multiplying by the least common divisor there. So the way you've taken this one to the other side is similar. So you can just say 1 over p equals to what? 4 minus what? 2 over q, right? And then what is our, because this is still over 1. So what is our SCM there, or SCD there? Would it be PQ? So PQ, right? So PQ. So you multiply this one by PQ, you multiply all this by PQ. So PQ multiplied by 1 over p is similar to 4 over 1 multiplied by p cubed minus 2 all over q multiplied by p cubed. Okay. So when you do the simplification there, so you get here q equals to, so there is no one which is dividing there. So 4 pq, and then this and that, we remain with minus 2 p. So we are trying to make p the subject. So what do you do next? You factor out what? P in the other side, right? So q equals to, you factor out p here. So p 4q minus what? Minus 2. And then what do? You divide by what? 4q all over 2. So all over 4q minus 2 all over 4q minus 2. Okay. So finally, our p equals to q all over what? 4q. That is another way of putting that. Okay.
Which way do you like better?
Anyway, me, I'm okay with anyone, so long as you get to the correct answer. Any question up to there? Okay. Hey, Travis, what's up? Are you okay?
I'm all right. Can we go over another one?
Yep. All right, so another example. If you are told to solve m equals to n all over 2 minus n for n. So m all over 2 minus n for n. So here you need to make n the what? The subject. So again, you cannot solve this one the way we did the other one. So what do you do here? You multiply by the what? Least common denominator there. And what is our least common denominator? 2 minus n. So you multiply by 2 minus n. So m multiplied by 2 minus n equals what? N all over 2 minus n multiplied by 2 minus n. 2 minus n. So this and that will cancel. So you get m2 minus n equals to what? Equals to n. And then you open these brackets. So 2m minus what? mn equals to n. So then what do you do next? You take this mn to the other side, right? So 2m equals to n minus or n plus mn. And then you factor out what? N. So 2m equals to n 1 plus n. Then you divide by 1 plus m, divide by 1 plus m. So finally, n equals to 2n all over 1 plus m. So 2n all over 1. Simple, right?
That's an m, correct, on the left end equals 2m.
2m. So 2m equals to 1 plus n. Okay, so another example. So minus 10 all over q minus 2 minus 7 all over q plus 4 equals to 1. So minus 10 over q minus 2 minus 7 all over q plus 4 equals to 1. So how would we solve this? How will we solve this? How will we solve this? So what is our least common divisor here?
Q minus 2 plus 1.
So q minus 2, q plus 1, 4. So our least common divisor here is, so you multiply by q minus 2, q plus 4. What you do here, you do it in the other side. Multiply by q minus 2, q plus 4. When you open these brackets, so it will be minus 10 all over q minus 2, multiplied by q minus 2, q plus 4, minus 7 all over q plus 4, multiplied by q minus 2, q plus 4, equals what? Q minus 2, q plus 4. Q minus 2, q plus 4. Then what do you do? You now simplify. So this q minus 2 will cancel with that. This q minus 4 will cancel with that. And then the other one will remain like that. So when you open the brackets, then it will be minus 10, q plus 4, minus 7, q minus 2, equals what? Q minus 2, q plus what? Q plus 4. Then now you open the brackets. So when you open these brackets, so minus 10 multiplied by that, you get minus 10q, minus 10 and this one minus 40, minus 7q, plus what? 14 equals to. So when you open these brackets, you multiply this one. So this and this will be what?
Square.
Q squared. This and this will be plus 4q. This and this will be minus 2q. And then minus what? Minus 8. So when you simplify, minus 10q minus 7q is what?
Minus 17.
Minus 17. Minus 40 minus plus 14. Minus what?
Minus.
So minus 40, and then you go to the right 14 steps. Get minus 21.
26.
Minus 26. Equals to q squared 4q minus 2q is plus 2q.
Where did we get the 4Q from here?
What's that?
Where did we get the 4Q?
So it is q times 4. Yeah. Q times 4. So q times q, q times 4. Minus 2 times this, minus 2 times this. Simplify again. So you can take everything to the other side. So what do you remain with? Q squared. So you take 17 to the other side, minus 17. You get what?
Minus 16.
17, right? So plus 17 plus
Oh.
2q is what?
19.
So plus 19q. Take this one to the other side. Minus 8 plus 26. Minus 8 plus 26. You get plus what? 18, right? Equals to? Equals to 0. Equals to. Equals to 0. All right, so we now have the quadratic equation. We now have the quadratic equation. So the product is 18 and the sum is 19. So what are the two numbers? The product is 18 and the sum is 19. So is it 18 and 1, right? Yep. So 18 and 1. So q square plus 18q plus q equals plus what? Plus 18 equals to 0. So you factor out the GCF there. So q plus 18 plus 1 q plus 18 equals to 0. So what is our GCF here? So q plus 1 q plus 18 equals to 0. So using the zero product property, so q equals to minus 1, comma, minus what? Minus 18. So this is a common thing in your homework. So I think you might find something that is in your homework. If you have not looked at your homework. So actually you can see what we've learned is actually related. So when you read here, you get a quadratic equation. Then when you reach here, you get a what? You now simplify the quadratic equation. Then when you reach here, you use the zero product property. And then when you reach here, you get the solution there. So what we're doing is related all through. So if you read it consistently, like if you start reading from the introduction up to where we are, you will find things, almost everything there is related. So if you don't get one section, you will miss the other section. And if you miss the other section, you will you might miss everything and you might get 0 even in the exam.
So how would you check to make sure you got the right answer?
Okay, so if you want to check if you're getting the right answer, let's slot in -1 here. Let's put -1 here. We see whether we're going to get equals to 1, okay?
Okay.
So let's put -1 here. So minus 10 all over what? So minus 1 minus 2 is what?
-3.
So you get -3, right? So minus 10 all over minus 3. Minus, so 7 all over what? Minus 1 plus 4.
3.
Minus 1 plus 4 is what?
3.
You get 3, right? So this and that will be plus. So 10 over 3 minus 7 over 3.
3 over 3.
You get 3 over 3, right? Which is equals to what? Is it not equals to 1? So it is equals to 1.
See, so I see -10. That's what's confusing me. So -10 minus 7 is not 3.
Okay, how about the denominator?
I'm not understanding what you're asking.
This denominator over here. So
Yeah.
Q is -1, right?
Yes.
So -1 -2.
Uh-huh.
So what is -1 -2?
-3.
And up there we have -10, right?
Uh-huh.
So -10 divided by -3.
So it's a positive.
Yep. So it will be 10/3 minus 7/3.
Okay. That makes sense somewhere.
Yeah, so it's 3/3, right? So you can actually go and prove whether you're getting the correct answer. Any other question? Okay, so let's do another example. Maybe we can do the example that I gave you last time, which was a very long one. And I saw most of you did not like it.
Yeah.
So when you have, when you're told to solve s all over 2s plus 6 minus 2 all over 5s plus 5 equals to 5s squared minus 3s minus 7 all over 10s squared plus 40s plus 30. So again, if you're not, if when you reach this point, let's say you reach this point, and you're not getting maybe the solution, so most of the time Newton will give you an explanation on the set. So it will tell you if you're not getting the solution, then you put the what? The empty what? So you put something like this. We call it the empty set. This is empty, so there is no solution. So you just put in something like that, if you're not getting the solution. But definitely before you put something like this, so I know most of you, when you reach some point, you feel like this thing is so difficult. Yeah. So you just say, hey, there is no solution. You will fail. So make sure before you put this sign here, you need to have exhausted all the ways of solving. Okay, so how do we solve this now? How do we solve this? Solve S all over that. So what did we say? We need to remove all these denominators here. We need to make all the denominators to be equals to 1. So looking at this one, then before we, so what is our LCM here? So before you get the LCM, you need to factorize this one completely. The 10s squared plus 40s plus 30 to see whether this will be the factors. So without even solving it, you can even look at it directly in a way. You can say, you can multiply 2s and 5s here. I don't know whether this guy online is seeing it. Travis, are you able to see this? So we say we want to try.
Yeah.
So before you even factorize, because we need to know whether the two of these ones are the factors, okay? So before you even factorize, what you can do, you can multiply these 2 and this 5. What do you get? 10s squared, right? Is that 10s squared similar to this? It is. Again, you multiply the last 2, this 6 and this 5 here. Is it similar to this? So it is 30, right?
Yeah.
And then twice all this. So definitely it will give you 40. So it will give you 40. Therefore, the factors of this one are now 2s plus 6 and what? 5s plus what? 5. And this will be our what? LCD. So that will be our LCD. So we now multiply our LCD, which is this one, in the equation now. So we multiply. So it is like S all over 2S plus 6 multiplied by what? 2S plus 6, 5S plus 5 minus 2 all over 5S plus 5 multiplied by 2S plus 6, 5S plus 5 equals to, multiply again that one, 5s squared minus 3s minus 7 all over 10s squared plus 40s plus 30 multiplied by what? 2s plus 6, 5s plus what? Plus 5. And then now you simplify. So these 2s will cancel with that. You remain with s 5s plus 5. This 5 and that will cancel. You remain with minus 2s plus 6. This will cancel with the whole of that. And then you remain with a 5s squared minus 35. Is it 35 or 3s? 3s minus 7. 3s minus 7. So when you open these brackets, then you get 5s squared plus 5s minus 4s minus what? 12 equals to 5s squared minus 3s minus 7. Then when you simplify 5s squared, 5s and 4s will get what? Plus s minus 12 equals to 5s squared minus 3s minus 7. So this 5s will cancel with that 5s. So you bring this s to 3s to this side, and then you take 12 to the other side. So when you bring the 3s here, you get what? 4s, right? Equals to, when you take 12 to the other side, you get minus 7 plus 12 is what? 5. So our s equals to 5 all over 4. Our s equals to 5 all over 4.
I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go back up to the top, this might sound stupid, but how do you get 40?
40?
Yeah, because
Okay,
we're talking about how
so-
you multiply. And I see how you get the 10 and you get the 30, but how do you get the 40?
Okay, so when you, let's say you're multiplying 2s plus 6, and then 5s plus 5, right? Okay? So first of all, when you open that bracket, then it will be 2s times 5s, you get what?
10s.
10s squared, right?
Yeah.
2s multiplied by 5, you get what? Plus what?
10.
10s. 6s times 5 is what?
30.
Plus 30. 6 times 5 is what?
30.
Plus 30. This and this is what?
40.
40. So you get 40. Yes. get 4s. Okay. So we can now do the last example. Yep, we can do the last example here. We have S all over N all over N minus plus 2 minus 3 equals to 8 all over N squared minus 4. So simplify or solve the quadratic equation. Solve the quadratic equation. So how should we solve that? Okay, so what is our LCD? So if you look at n squared minus 4, so that looks like a difference of 2 squares, right? So it is n plus 2, n minus 2, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, that means our LCD there would be what? So our LCD here will be n minus 2, n plus what? Plus 2. So our LCD there is n minus 2 plus 2. So we now multiply by the LCD. So n all over n plus 2 multiplied by n minus 2, n plus 2 minus 3, n minus 2, n plus 2 equals to 8 all over n squared minus 4 multiplied by n minus 2, n plus 2. So this n plus 2 and that will cancel. So you get n minus 2, minus 3, n minus 2, n plus 2 equals to, all of that will cancel there. Equals to what? Equals to 8. Equals to 8. So when you open these brackets, you get what? N squared minus what? 2n. Minus, we know this one is what? 3n squared minus what? 4 equals to 8. So n squared minus 2n minus what? 3n squared plus what? So equals to 8. So when you open these brackets, there is minus here, and there is minus here. So it becomes plus 12. Now, when you collect the right terms, then this
Can I backtrack a little bit?
Okay.
So the denominator over 8, did you just combine the LCDs together in order to cancel out their denominator?
Yeah, so n minus 2, n plus 2 is what?
N squared minus 4.
Yes, so it will cancel with n squared minus 4, right?
Awesome. Cool. Thank you.
Yep. Okay, so n squared minus 3n squared is minus 2n squared. Minus 2, so minus 2n. Bring a to this side. So 12 minus a is minus what? Plus 4, right? Equals to 0.
Where did you get 2n squared?
Minus 2n squared minus 3n squared. You get
Yeah.
minus 2n squared. Then these two here and this 4 here. This. So you can multiply by the negative there. So you multiply by the negative all over here, so you get 2n squared plus 2n minus 4 equals to 0. Okay? So when you multiply by negative from this side, you also do it in the other side. So it will still be similar. So when you multiply by -1 here, you get 2n squared minus plus 2n minus 4 equals to 0. So what is our, so looking at this, there is a greatest common factor there, which is what?
2.
2. So n squared plus n minus 2 equals to 0. So when you divide everywhere by 2, so you remain with n squared plus n minus 2 equals to 0. So we have the product as minus 2, and the sum is 1. So what are the two numbers? Two and -1, right? So n squared plus 2n minus n minus 2 equals to 0. So n plus 2 minus 1, n plus 2 equals to 0. Now using the zero product property, and use the zero product property. Then it will be n minus 1, n plus 2 equals to 0. So finally, n equals to 1, comma, minus 1, 2, minus 2. And comma, 1, minus 2. Okay, any question up to there? Are you okay, Travis?
I'm good.
Okay, good.
Do we have time to talk about, did everybody take the quiz? Can we talk about the quiz?
Yeah, in the next 7 minutes, we can talk about the quiz.
Okay. I just want to go over number 1.
Okay, so number 1 in our quiz. So let's look at number 1 in the quiz. So the questions were very tricky, right?
The first and last one. And the last one, not a difference.
Okay, so number 1 says 3 minus 2 x y minus 4 all over what? X raised to minus 4 y. All these raised to 4. Multiply by 9 raised to minus 1, x raised to minus 2, y all over x raised to 7, y raised to minus 1, all these raised to minus 2. So you now open the what? Brackets. So this 4 is affecting the all function there. So it is affecting 3, it's affecting x, it's affecting y, it's affecting x raised to minus 4, it's affecting y. This minus 2 is affecting the all of it. So open the brackets. So when you open these brackets, so what do? We multiply the what? The powers, right?
Mhm.
So with the exponents there. So it will be 3 raised to minus 2 multiplied by what? 4. X raised to 1 multiplied 5 by 4, which is what? 4. Y raised to minus 4. Minus 4 times 4 is what? Minus what? 16. All over. X raised to minus 4 is what? X raised to minus 4 times minus 4 is minus 16. And then y raised to 4. So that is one side. We come to the next one. 9 raised to minus 2 times minus 2 is what?
9,
9 raised to what?
2,
2. X raised to minus 2 times minus 2 is what?
4,
9 raised to 4. Y raised to minus what? 2. Divided by x raised to minus 7 times minus 2 is what?
minus 4.
Minus 14. Y raised to minus 1 times 2 is what?
2.
2. Okay. Then now you multiply. So you multiply. You collect the like sums. So you pick this one and this. So it will be 3. So this is 3 raised to
Negative
negative 8. Multiply by, this is 9 raised to 2. So it is similar to 3 raised to what?
8. 4.
4. So you leave that one there. You come now to the next one. So you take x, you start from x. We take the values of x. So we collect the ones for x. So there is this x here, which is what? 4. Is there another x? There is this x. So this x is the denominator. What do?
Take it up.
You take it out. So it becomes what?
16.
Plus what? 16. You come to the next one. There is x here, which is plus what?
4.
Plus 4. There is x, and that x is in the what?
No,
Denominator. Plus what?
14.
14. Have we exhausted x? Yes. So we come to y. So y, there is this y which is minus 16. Is there another y? This one. So you take it up, right? Which will be minus 4. Okay, coming to the next. Is there y here? Yes.
Yes.
Which is what? Minus
Minus
2.
2.
In the denominator, there is y, which is 2. We take it up, you get what? Minus 2. So when you multiply 3, so the bases are the same. What do you do to the power? You add. So 8 minus 8 plus 4 is,
Negative
so 3 raised to negative 4. Multiplied by x's. How many? What are the values of x? So 4 plus 16 is 20.
20.
20 plus 18 is
38.
28. Y minus 16.
It should be 38.
Oh, sorry, 38. Minus 16 plus 4 is minus 20, right?
Yeah.
Minus 20 plus 4 is minus 21. Still minus 24.
Yeah.
So finally, you can write this one as x raised to 38 all over, because this one is minus, all over what?
Below.
All over 81. Y is what? Y raised to 34. And that was our answer.
So, sweet.
Travis, are you okay there?
You know, I don't really know what I did.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
think I
1
saw
over 6,561 on
Yeah.
the one side.
you could
I'm
have
not sure.
simplified. You could have
You have to divide
don't
that
don't
by
use
percent.
don't simplify so fast. So you just use the exponent.
Uh-huh.
You just don't try to simplify, because if you try to simplify, it might give you some problems. So
Okay.
you try like if there is 3 there, so you will see whether you can still simplify the other, like 9 here. 9 is the same as 3 raised to 2, right?
hmm
3 raised to 2 is, and then you multiply that 2 there, it becomes 4. So you see the 3 and the 3 are similar there. So you just add the powers, okay? So don't use your calculator to solve. Actually, most of these questions here, most of these course, I think everything in this course, you don't use the calculator. Actually, I think you don't need a calculator. Yeah. So is there any question, any other questions? So even number 3's B, I don't know why you guys were failing number 3 B. Because you take minus 9 to the other side. And then now you get, so minus 27 minus 9, you get what? Minus 27 plus 9, you get what? 18.
So it's 1, right?
So you get, so the question was, so you can say 18x squared minus 9 equals minus 27. So you bring minus 27 to this side. So 18x squared minus 9 plus 27 equals to 0. Equals to 0, right?
Yeah.
So 18x squared minus what? Plus what?
18.
Plus 18 equals to 0. So 18x squared plus what? 1 equals to 0, right? So so our x equals to, so divide by 18 everywhere. So you get x plus 1 equals to 0, right? So x squared equals to minus what? Minus 1. So what is our x? Plus or minus the square root of minus 1.
I mean, could you rewrite that though? The 18x squared plus 18, could you rewrite that as 18x plus 18 or 18x minus 18? Or no? Because I got like 1, I got negative 1 and 1. I
No,
didn't get a square root.
no, you don't get negative 1. Because basically here, our least common factor is what? Our greatest common factor is what? 18, right? When you factor out 18, and then you cancel everywhere by 18, you remain with x squared plus 1.
So I got a $100 quiz and I put no real solution for number 3.
Yeah, that, you could have just said no real solution because the
Okay.
solution there is complex.
Okay, because
Yeah.
you can't square root.
Yeah,
Negative
it's a complex. You could have just said no real solution.
Okay,
That was correct. Or you can just put it like this
okay. I
and
see.
leave it there.
So there were two ways to write it.
Yeah, there were
I
two
see.
ways of writing. What did you say?
I said it was a difference of squares.
Yeah, so,
'Cause I mean, 1 to anything is 1, so.
yeah, I told you the question, the quiz would be tricky. So this is how the exam might be, yeah? All right, see you guys on Friday. Okay, see you